The Earth is the cradle of humanity, but mankind cannot stay in a cradle forever.
Welcome everyone to World Space Week, a celebration of science and technology
and its contributions to all mankind.
My name is Abby and today I'm here with all of my friends at the Sir Thomas Planetarium.
Now it's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining and the sky is blue, but we can't see any stars.
How are we supposed to celebrate space in the middle of the day?
Lucky I know a person who can help us. Let's go inside. Guys, this is Duncan, the man with all the answers.
Well, hi Abby, it's really good to have you here, so welcome to you and your friends at the Planetarium.
Thank you. Duncan, can you tell us a bit about the planetarium and what you do here?
Of course. Well, the Planetarium has been here since 1978, and we have hundreds of thousands of people coming through year after year to see our shows about space, to look at the exhibits and the models that we have here. And I am one of the presenters that gives the shows in the cosmic sky dome, so I can show you the night sky and I can take you to the edge of the known universe in our sky dome.
That is so cool. Duncan, I have a question. Do aliens exist?
Well, that's a really good question, Abby, and I'm glad you asked it. There might be alien life out there. It's something we just don't know, but it's a very, very big universe. What do you think?
I believe there's aliens in the universe. I think that aliens are very cute.
But you know what? You have to think what an alien might be like. Would an alien be like you or like me? Would it be like a lobster? Would it be like a tiny, tiny little germ? Or would it be like something we can't even imagine? So there might be life out there, we just don't know.
Ooh!
So Duncan, I just finished learning about space in school, and I just wanted to know, what's first sparked your interest in space?
Well, Holly, I think it was when I was about your age, and my dad would take me out and show me some of the stars at night. He would point out some of the constellations, like Orion and the Plough and Cassiopeia. Some of those you can't really see from here very well, but I just loved the look of the night sky and wanted to look at it more. What's your favourite bit about space?
Probably the stars, because you can connect them and make images out of them.
They really are amazing. But the good thing about astronomy is you don't need any special knowledge to take part in it. You can just go out and use your eyes and enjoy what you see. Or you can really go into it and start reading books and buying telescopes and so on. But you don't need any of that to enjoy space and the night sky. It's brilliant.
I've wondered in space that how many planets would there be?
How many planets would there be? Well, we know there's 8 planets in our solar system and lots of other smaller things called dwarf planets. But in our galaxy, there might be 500 billion, there might be 1 trillion planets. We just don't know. It depends how many stars have planets. Do you think every star has a planet?
I think the stars don't have any planets.
Some stars don't have planets and some have lots and lots and lots. But their planets are so small and it's really difficult to find them. But what we do know is there's at least 4,000 planets out there. And we've only looked in one very, very tiny little part of the sky. That's amazing, isn't it?
Duncan, why does the moon look different on different nights?
Well, Aya, sometimes we see it when it's in the direction of the sun. And when it's really close to the sun, we can't see it at all. But if it's kind of sideways on to the sun, we might see it as a half. And when it's right across the other side of the sky from the sun, we see it as a full moon. And it's just the way the light is shining on the moon. Because the moon doesn't make its own light. It's only the sun that's shining on it, okay? Can you imagine holding your arm like that and seeing that the moon is as big as your fist? Because if you went back 4 billion years, that's how big the moon was in the sky. Because it was really close to us. Wouldn't that be cool?
Duncan, why are spacesuits so heavy?
Well, they're made of lots and lots and lots of layers of fabric, but also they have a backpack that contains water and air and a radio for communicating with the command center. So there's lots and lots of gear inside the spacesuit. Here on Earth, a spacesuit would weigh 80 kilos. That's probably more than you two put together, isn't it?
Well, I have a question.
Go ahead, Harry.
Where is space?
Where is space? Well, space is out there. Space is everywhere that Earth isn't. But we tend to say that space begins 100 kilometres up. It's a thing called the von Karman line. And basically, it's about the level that a satellite could remain in orbit with a little bit of assistance. But any lower than that, a satellite would tend to just come crashing down. It couldn't stay in orbit. But the bigger question might be, where does space end rather than where it begins? Do you think it's endless?
Yes, yeah, I do.
We just don't know. That's one of the big questions in space today. And of course, we can explore space. We've been exploring space since October the 4th, 1957. That was the beginning of the space age that we're celebrating this week. Tell me, would you go into space?
Actually, I would, yes.
Where would you like to go to?
Any planet, really. I would just think that it would be incredible.
Lots of people have
A
said...
safe one.
The safe ones?
Probably not Jupiter.
Good.
Probably not Venus.
Mm-hmm. Good choice.
Maybe in the coming years, Mars.
Mars. Well, Mars is a choice for sending lots of spacecraft to, little rovers that go around the surface and explore it. And lots of people have said they would like to go to Mars, but if you go to Mars, you'd better take some thick winter pajamas because it does get very cold on Mars. And of course, there's no air to breathe, so you need to take some air and some food and some water. You need everything you need to survive, you need to take if you're going to Mars, but it would be cool.
So for the big question, do you prefer Star Wars or Star Trek?
Well, of course, I do love Star Wars, as do so many people who were there in 1977 for the very first one. But I was there in 1967 for the first Star Trek, and I think I might prefer Mr. Spock and Captain Kirk and their team.
I'm going to have to leave now, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So Duncan, which of the International Space Station, how long did it take to build it?
It probably took about 20 years because it would be taken up in individual bits in the space shuttle when that was working. So gradually they put it together, but recently the Russians put a new module on, I believe. I think they replaced a module. So it's been a kit, like you might build with Meccano.
Okay. And what nations were there? Because on the sign it says 16 nations. Do we know which ones?
Oh my goodness, now you are testing me. The main ones are the US, America,
Yep.
Russia. There's European astronauts on board. So Europe is considered as one sort of, not one country, but one sort of group of people. So there's lots of different European countries like Italy and France, but Japan and Canada. I couldn't name all the countries that have gone to the space station.
So Duncan, what's exciting for you in the future of science?
There are so many things. For a long time, science was a case of building better and better instrumentation, but a lot of what's done in science requires simply different ways of thinking and different ways of dealing with data. And we're in an era where there's so many projects that are developing huge amounts of data that are there for everyone to use. So, for example, citizen science is something where you can take data that's been obtained by a telescope, a satellite, that's been made publicly available, and you can go and make your own discoveries. That, I think, is one of the great things that's happening just now. So we might think of science as eggheads and boffins, hiding away in their laboratories and their observatories, but astronomy these days is very much a collaboration between amateur astronomers and professional astronomers, collaboration between nations. And there is so much being done, whether it's exploring the planets, whether it's probing what dark matter and dark energy are, those mysterious things that seem to be both holding the universe together and pushing it apart. And there's just been recently announced 2 new missions to go to Venus, a planet that we really haven't studied very much at all, to study the atmosphere and to study the ground and below the ground. So there's so much happening.
Wow, that's really cool.
There we go, guys. What better way to celebrate International Space Week than have all our questions answered by the man himself?
But the best part of the planetarium is the show, which should start about now.
Epic astronaut hero shot.
Epic astronaut hero shot. Oh yeah.
Welcome to the Cosmic Sky Dome at the Brisbane Planetarium. Hands up if you think there are aliens out there. Fantastic. Hands up if you think there are aliens in here. So I'm going to present a show to you called Perfect Little Planet, and it's all about a family of aliens. They are looking for the perfect planet for their holiday.
We're going to go to another planet where we can spend some time alone.
Alone.
Hold on a minute. Isn't that the next planet? Which one is that? That planet? Oh, you mean Earth. I suppose we could get closer. Right. Let's go. Tighten up your seatbelts.
It was very, very good. I loved the aliens and I loved the spaceship. The spaceship was really cool.
After watching that, I understand that there's so much that we don't know out in the solar system and universe.
I'm blown away how many galaxies there is in the universe.
What a wonderful way to celebrate World Space Week. Big thank you to Duncan and everyone else here at Sir Thomas Planetarium for having us along today.
Goodbye, everybody, and keep watching the skies.